Hello dear viewers, a very warm welcome to our channel. It's very good to have you here. In this video we're going to have a look at delivery valves. The delivery valve is a small but very critical component within an inline or a distributor type injection pump. We are going to have a look at how it is constructed and how it operates. The delivery valve is simply a spring-loaded valve. It's a one-way valve located in the outlet. Here is the outlet that goes to the injectors. All these four outlets, they have delivery valve. And for each pumping element on an inline injection pump, we have separate delivery valves. This is actually a distributor type injection pump head, and we have delivery valve for every output. Now, diesel from the pump, it has to open the delivery valve before it goes to the high pressure line. So it is simply a one-way check valve that is located in here. The purpose is to manage the pressure wave within the fuel system, and it ensures fuel is not flowing back into the pump and pressure is not dropping. As you can see, there is a spring. It is a spring-loaded valve. We have here a spring, and right there is a delivery valve. There is a valve and there is a valve seat. Now when you flip it over, see, this is it. This is the delivery valve. This is the valve with the different shapes, and this is the valve seat. And it will be closed in such a fashion, and there is a spring load on the valve. Now diesel, if it won't go to the injectors, it has to open this valve from the seat. There is a conical valve seat right here. This conical surface is the valve, and the valve will be sitting on this surface. It is a perfectly machined surface. The delivery valve will be pressed hard onto this seat with a spring pressure. It will be forced down. It will be closed shut with this spring force. Now, for diesel fuel to go to the injector, it has to push this and open the delivery valve. And once the valve is lifted from the seat, then diesel can go around and go to the fuel injectors. The opening pressure of this delivery valve is usually around 100 bar. For this type, for example, it is, let's say, 100 bar. If the pressure in here is below 100 bar, the delivery valve will remain closed. If the pressure is above 100 bar, then the delivery valve will open and let fuel to go to the high pressure line. It will be in such a fashion. Fuel will exit this way, it will go to the high pressure line, and then it will go to the fuel injector. So this is basically the duty of the delivery valve. Now, as fuel is getting injected into the engine cylinder, when the pressure drops in here, the delivery valve will shut close by that very tough spring. This is the most important function of the delivery valve. Now, when the pump plunger stops its delivery stroke, the delivery valve will snap shut onto its seat. Then this sudden closure isolates the high pressure fuel in the fuel injection line from the plunger chamber, causing an immediate pressure drop inside the fuel line. Now this rapid pressure drops will allow the injector needle to sit sharply. As we have said earlier, when the pressure is above 100 bar, the delivery valve will open and allow fuel to go to the fuel injectors. Once some fuel is injected and the plunger is no more supplying fuel from this side, the delivery valve will snap shut, shutting this passage. Once this is shut, then the injector valve seat will close. That will cause a sharp end to the injection. No dripping, no nothing. Sharp stop to the diesel fuel injection. So this rapid pressure drop will allow the needle of the injector to sit properly, sharply, and cleanly. That is made sure by the use of the delivery valve. So without this delivery valve, will dribble out of the injector nozzle, leading to poor combustion, smoke, and unburned fuel, and bad fuel economy. Now there is some very fancy engineering worth mentioning in here. On the delivery valve, there is a tiny part called the relief valve. I don't know if it is visible. There is a tiny ring. If you watch it closely, there is a tiny ring right here. There is a tiny ring. We call it the relief valve. Let me show that on a larger one. This conical surface is the one that is going to sit on the valve seat, and before that there is this ring-like structure. This ring, you see this ring? This is the one we call it the relief valve. The relief valve is the part that's going to sit, that's going to close. If you see here on this, right here, this part, this is called the relief valve. The relief valve is followed by the conical surface that is going to seal, sitting on the valve seat. Now the idea is, when the delivery valve is closing, look, when the delivery valve is closing, first, this is the line going to the high pressure side, and let's say this is coming from the injection plunger. Now look, when the relief valve just reaches here, the high pressure side and the injection pump plunger side is isolated. This is separated from this chamber. Then look, the delivery valve will keep traveling after it has isolated by the relief valve. It will keep traveling. Let me push it. See how much it traveled? It has increased the volume on the high pressure side, on the high pressure injection line side, on the line to the injector side, volume has slightly increased. Which means if previously pressure on this side was, let's say, 100 bar, now because the valve has moved slightly, separating these two chambers, the pressure is no longer 100 bar. It will drop to 90 bar, for example. So the high pressure line will have a fuel with less pressure than the opening pressure of the injectors. This will make sure there is no dripping. It will make sure there is no unnecessary fuel seepage into the combustion chamber. So that is the duty of the relief valve. That is basically the duty of the relief valve. On every delivery valve, we have that tiny relief valve. So the idea is the relief valve will close. Now the relief valve has closed. So the high pressure side, this high pressure side is now separated from the plunger side. But the delivery valve will still keep on traveling a little further after the two separation, after the two sides have been separated. That will cause a slight pressure drop on the high pressure line. So the delivery valve will snap close, and by the time the plunger starts sucking, there is no fuel returning from the high pressure line, one. And because the pressure has slightly reduced from the opening pressure of the injectors, there is no possibility of fuel dripping into the combustion chamber from the fuel injectors. So that is basically the duty of the delivery valve. So it will maintain the high pressure line pressure. The high pressure line pressure is now, it is not 100 bar, it is reduced to 90 bar. When another injection comes, the delivery valve will open and the additional pressure will be added to the already 90 bar pressure. That way, the delivery valve will ensure fuel is not returning from the high pressure line. When plunger is going back, fuel is no more returning from the high pressure side, and that residual pressure is also not much enough to cause any trouble at the injector side. So as the valve closes, it retracts into its seat, physically withdrawing a small amount of fuel from the high pressure line. This sitting like so will cause some amount of high pressure to be withdrawn from the high pressure side. This intentional withdrawal creates a negative pressure wave on the high pressure side, and that will cause the needle of the fuel injector to close cleanly and sharply, and also make sure the pressure inside the high pressure line remains within a safe value. The traction axis creates a small low pressure buffer zone inside the injection line. This prevents the formation of fuel vapor. So the delivery valve is therefore, it is a one-way valve. It is a one-way check valve. So they come in different shapes and size. Whatever the shape and size, their principle of operation is the same. Now there are simple ways of testing operation of a delivery valve. There is a very simple test in order to make sure that it is functioning properly. Make sure they are all well lubricated. Make sure it is running free. And you can simply test it by close this valve and then pull it a little. When you pull it out, if it is working nicely, the clearance, if the clearance is nice, it should suck back in. Push it a little and let go. I don't know if it is visible on the camera or not. The idea is you block this side. You block this side of the valve seat. You block this side and make sure that the relief valve is still inside the valve seat. And then you pull this a little. When you pull this a little, it should create some vacuum in here. And that vacuum should suck it back in. If that is not happening, it means this relief valve is worn out. So that is a simple way of checking. Make sure it is well lubricated. You pull it a little. Look. When I let go, it's going back in. Now I'm releasing it. See, it goes back in. Only tiny movement. You see the relief valve coming out? Then when I let go, the vacuum will suck it back in. So this is how you check operation of the delivery valve. This is a spring-loaded one-way check valve that is very, very much critical for proper operation of your diesel fuel system. Well, dear viewers, that is all we have for you in this video regarding what a delivery valve is and how you can check. If you find this video helpful and if you enjoy what has been presented, please smash the like button. If you are new to this channel, do consider subscribing, turn on notifications so that you will be the first to get notified whenever we come up with another video. Until then, stay safe. That is all we have. Delivery valve, another delivery valve,